What's up, everybody? Today I am going to be teaching all of you guys better ways to build a starting arc base. Let's get right into it. Okay, one of the first thing I will teach you guys today is to always build a base bigger than you think you should. So, what I mean by that is, instead of starting a base and building this little 2x1 that'll only fit like one one little inventory box right there, a fireplace and a bed. No. I think that will just really not help you all that much in the long run, because you're probably going to be at this base for a while. If you play like I do, you're probably going to be at this base for quite a long time. So because of that, I would say that you should build it more like this to give you a lot more space. And I have like 3 inventory boxes, a fireplace, and a bed, and that takes up like maybe a quarter of this base, and it's not even that big. So in reality, you could build this base a whole lot bigger and have a whole bunch more space. There's a lot of things that you could do. So yeah, just the one tip that I have for you guys to really start it off is always build a base way bigger than you think you should. Tip number 2 would definitely be to kind of seclude yourself and keep yourself away from everything. So, what I mean by that, you see how I kind of have myself blocked off at the back here, kind of making sure nothing can really get behind me. I'm kind of in like a secluded spot, like nothing's really here. Like I'm not over by those trees where something could get behind me, like, and there's a whole bunch of like open space and I'm kind of trapped in here. That's what I'm talking about. So like getting in a place like this, like right here, putting your house as a little starter spot, like right in this little corner, would be really good. Mainly because like nothing can get to you. I literally didn't even see it when I was building my base. I probably should have put it in there, but I genuinely just didn't see it. So be better than me and put your base somewhere that is a lot more secluded than that. I mean, that works. Like it works, but this is definitely something that you would really like to look into, like a little spot like this. Adding on to that, I would put it in this little arch right here. You have quite a bit of space to go wide and even go up. Like you don't have to put it across like this. Like you could turn it this way so your back is facing that edge. There's a lot of ways that you could build your base in a place like this, but this would be a really good spot. This would be a really good spot as well. One more tip that I will tell you guys, and I think it is really the most important one, because you'll use this all the way until you get to like end game. You'll want to stay organized, like insanely organized. At least, well, I don't want to say insanely, more like relatively organized, because you'll want to be able to find stuff pretty easily. Especially in these kind of survival games. And this is one thing that I think will really help you guys just kind of be faster at everything you're doing instead of trying to go through stuff, constantly try and go and find it. Like it'll keep your game going a bit faster, and it will make everything just seem a lot easier. So one of the things that I do is I name my storage boxes. So I have this one as in resources. I have this one in wearables, and I have this one as weapons/tools. So, I mean, this one's pretty simple. This is kind of more like a beginning game one. So this is kind of what I would recommend you do to start the game. Kind of make 3 of them. Go like, this is your resources. So like wood, stone, like basic stuff like that. Kind of like buildable stuff. Then I would do for wearables, like, well, I mean, yeah, you guys know what that means. Like clothes, saddles, maybe even saddle blueprints if you find them in some drops, like stuff like that. And then this one, weapons and tools. pretty simple: bows, arrows, axes, spears, clubs. I would put like bolas and stuff in here too. Anything that you kind of use that you can use, I would pretty much put in here. That's kind of what I would do. So this is just it's a pretty basic layout, but this is kind of what I would do to start a game. If I were really in the beginning of the game. And one thing that I would say, this is actually completely up to you. This is completely my preference. But I just thought I would tell you guys this one too. I recommend actually building a dock or something like that to get you easy access to the water. And yeah, I mean it's complete preference. I just really like having one just so I can go out and put a raft out here once I get one. You can set a chair down here and fish and just keep a whole bunch of stuff like in a chest out here that I have yet to put over here. But yeah, this is complete preference thing. I just like how many a dock gives you. It just gives you easy access to the water. Also, if you have a water animal, which I actually have yet to get one, other than a Sarcosuchus that I got in the last game, which I'm going to be honest, just a free little tip here, those things are freaking awesome. I love those things. They actually, not to spoil anything, they do the gator roll actually. So if they'll grab onto something and do like a gator roll with it. It's honestly one of the coolest things that I've seen in this game. So little tip, get a Sarcosuchus. But if you have any water dinosaurs like that, like even like like even one of those turtles, like that one over there, or a manta or a shark or anything like that, having a dock is really nice. So you don't have to like go into the water to go get onto them. You can just quote unquote park them right next to this thing, and then you'll just be able to get right on them, getting right into the water. This is actually a really nice spot. I don't know, it's not deep enough for a lot of things. I think it's deep enough for a boat. I'm pretty sure it is. You could probably get a manta through here. Definitely not a megalodon. But yeah, that's just one more tip that I thought I should share with you guys. Definitely preference, but yeah, a dock is definitely something that I personally invest in almost every single time that I play this game. So take care of your freaking dinosaurs. Like take care of them. And what I mean by that is just build them a home, basically. And this will help not only your dinosaurs, but it will definitely help you, because I've had way too many times where a big dinosaur just comes out of nowhere, just because he sees your dinosaurs and he starts attacking them, and he kills all of them, and he attacks you because you're right next to them. He destroys your base to try to get to stuff. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff like that that could definitely be avoided if you just seclude your dinosaurs, put them in like a big pen. Pen's a bad word. More like I would say home. Yeah, I would say home, but I would make it really big. I would make it like really, really big. So I would make it like quadruple to 5 times the size of that. Because I mean, you'll eventually get some pretty big dinosaurs. Like even parasaurs and trikes, like those will barely. I mean, those would not even fit inside of that, like even close. Like if you just drop them in through the top. So I would say build it really high. I would say build it 3 or 4 high. It's up to your discretion how wide you want to build it and stuff. Like I usually build mine 6x6. I could definitely go way bigger than that. Maybe more like 7x7. 6x6, 7x7 is what I normally do. And for the smaller dinosaurs, what I like to do is I like to build a little spot up on the top that's probably about like this, 2x6, 2x8, something like that, to kind of throw them in there. Like, where did the Oviraptor go? But yeah, you guys get the point. Like dinosaurs like that, like a Dilophosaur, Oviraptors, like those smaller level dinosaurs, I would put those guys up there. So just one, just one thing that I would definitely encourage you guys to do is just keep him safe. I know I'm doing an absolutely awful job of just keeping him outside right now, um, because I don't exactly have the resources to build a home for him right now in this world, but I will most definitely. Dude, you be doing that at like the worst times. Um, but anyway, I will be doing, I will be doing that um, later. So yeah, just one big thing. Just make sure you're taking care of your dinosaurs. That's all I gotta say. One last thing that I would definitely recommend doing is putting crop plots right on the top of your house or somewhere near it, especially if you're planning on being there a while. Um, just because it's really sustainable, like food, and it's not well. I can't say it's fast. It's not exactly fast. It it will be sustainable because you'll keep being able to plant it. It'll just stay there, and you'll be able to keep getting the same kind of berries from the same spot. That's why I say if you're going to be there a while, I would totally invest in these. I like putting mine on the roof just so that they get a good amount of rain and they're relatively close to me. I usually do. Oh, okay. I usually do about. Okay, I'm an idiot. Usually do two or three, but since it's like a bigger house, I might even do four. Um, I would keep space so that you're able to build up just in case you need to. But what I would do is I would make sure that these are completely uncovered so that you can still get them rained on so you don't have to go in, use your um, use your thing to put the water in there. It's a lot less of a hassle if you don't have to water them too, instead of taking care of them, putting fertilizer in there and stuff. So that is one more thing when I'm building a starter base. I definitely love to put crop plots like on the top of it or somewhere around there, just so that you can have a good food source, so that you're not constantly hungry all the time, which is very annoying in this game, to be quite honest. So, and if anybody was wondering what kind of seeds to use, I'll show you the berries. I don't have all of the seeds right now, but the two berries that I would recommend you do are most likely the azul berries here, because they're just a solid food source. They're probably some of the best. They're also really good for taming parasaurs, so I would use those as well. And then narco berries, surprisingly, even though you cannot eat them, well, you can eat them, they just make you sleepy when you eat them, so they can knock you out. But the reason I would is exactly because they can knock you out. You could use them for narcotics, which means that you can use them to basically make trank arrows, which in this game is a very good thing. So it's definitely one of the things that I would recommend, one of the berries that I would recommend you use. You can really, it's really up to you, but I would recommend you do azul berries and narco berries as the two that you would most likely like to plant, especially if you only have um, two of the crop plots like that. So thank you for all those people who watched all the way through this video, and I hope that I helped you learn how to build a bigger and better starting arc base. I will see you guys all, hopefully, in the next video.